Hey everyone, it's Wednesday and time to connect. Now, I know that many of you are wondering just what Governor Noem's announcement yesterday means for us here at the bridge. And as you know, we never were under orders here in South Dakota to stop holding public meetings. But out of an abundance of caution in a pandemic with lots of unknowns, we thought it best to do just that and to meet in more of a micro group, groups of less than 10 settings where we felt healthy enough and well enough and safe enough to do so. And I want to thank you all for how you participated in those things, whether or not you chose to join a micro group or whether you stayed at home or you did some combination of those things throughout this time because of how you felt and what your situations were. Thank you for doing that. I mean, I've seen with my own eyes and I've heard from others the effects of just how we were able to maintain a sense of togetherness as a church body in this time of social distancing. And you were a big part of that. Thank you for doing that. That said, we do know more about this virus now. And as Governor Noem pointed out, South Dakota as a whole has flattened the projected curve by quite a lot. And so now our hospitals and our supplies are all geared up for the task that lies ahead. And there is a task that lies ahead, no doubt. My hope and my prayer is that this curve will remain fairly flat as we each do our part in good hygiene and being aware of others around us. But because of these things, the leadership team at the bridge is working hard to put together a set of clear sort of guidelines for phasing back into public worship for us here at the bridge. Now, we haven't made the call yet as to when we will begin opening that back up and have the first sort of semi-public meeting or public meeting with limitations. But we have decided that Sunday won't be this Sunday. It won't happen this weekend. I know the thought of meeting together again brings a lot of different emotions. Some excitement, maybe some worry as, hey, should we really be doing this? Should groups of people be getting together? And it probably depends a lot on your particular situation. And I want you to know that's okay. You know, as we begin to move in this direction, as the state of South Dakota begins to open up, and as we begin to work to hold public meetings together again, I want to encourage you all to take a posture of love and grace toward one another. In other words, if you are feeling the need to stay at home, we love you, and we're going to extend grace to you for that. But if you're feeling the need to meet together as a church body, we love you, and we're going to extend grace to you for that too. That's what a church family is about, right? We need to love each other well, no matter what the personal choice is in this. And no one has the same situations with the same risks, and so we're all responsible for our own decisions in this. Now, it's our intention as a leadership team to put together a chart that shows you what you can expect to be going on here at the bridge in various stages as things kind of open back up slowly in regards to things like spacing in the building, numbers, cleaning routines, food, communion, and more, so that you can make the best possible decision for you and for your family. And it's probably going to be necessary to make adjustments as we go along in all this over the coming months because we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe there'll be a spike and we need to pull things back a little bit. Or maybe things will go really, really well, better than anyone ever expected, and we can start to move into a phase sooner than we hoped to. But regardless, I want us to take the time and enjoy the time that God has given us in this, even as He's given it to us. We wouldn't have chosen this, but God has something unique and special for each one of us, no matter what. And we need to look for and embrace that in this time. My prayer in all of this for us is from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 10, a familiar passage. Many of us hear this passage at weddings, but this is about brothers and sisters in Christ, all right? It can be used in weddings. I'm okay with that. But first and foremost, this is for you and for me as we interact with each other in the daily world around us. So let's read this. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when the perfect one comes, the partial will pass away. Love literally does these things. Love does kindness. Love does goodness. Love does patience. Bridge family, may our love for each other and for those around us in the days ahead be filled with these things. If you have any questions or thoughts on any of this in the time upcoming, I encourage you, please don't hesitate to contact myself or one of the leadership team. Until next time, be a witness.